CM Punk is reportedly in talks with WWE. A WWE tag team wrestler is set to receive a singles push, and is Toni Storm launching a new faction in AEW? We'll give you all the details right now. Because it's the news, the big story. CM Punk reportedly in talks with WWE, the Wrestling Observer newsletter. It states, regarding CM Punk, there is obviously a ton of talk regarding him returning. Who'd have thunk it? There have been rumors that it's happening, but those in WWE have only said that no deal is completed, and those close to Punk have told us that it is his intention to return, and the two sides are in talks.
Wow.
Ooh, well, you know what? A lot of us saw it coming. It hits different this time, right? Because Punk came back to wrestling, went to AEW, and he has been open, even since he left WWE, about how much he dislikes that company. And he's mentioned a lot of people by name, obviously. He comes back to AEW, cuts the promo. He's made it clear that he wasn't happy in WWE. He's going back there now. Vince McMahon, still on the board. Triple H, who didn't get on with, in a more prominent position also. So I think some of the shine is gone there. He's always been this sort of anti-establishment, voice of the voiceless, right? And all that. And you've lost a little bit of that if he goes back, because he's just going back for the cash. And that's fair enough. You know, everybody's got to make a living and all that. But I think it does take something away from the character of CM Punk.
I agree. Yeah, no, I agree as well. And sort of, you know, the lines are a little bit blurred between the character of CM Punk and the person of Phil Brooks as well, I guess. And
for sure. It felt real.
It did. It felt really real. Now, I know, you know, people can change as time goes on. Things have definitely changed within the landscape of WWE. We saw, in fact, we read and everything and saw some fan footage of Phil turning up at Raw recently.
Yeah, true.
Quite recently to squash beef with people.
That's true.
Talk to Triple H as well. I wouldn't be surprised if this happened. That's true. It's very, very true. It's a weird one.
If there's business to be done, I think it's easy money on both sides.
Yeah.
I think he can come back. Easy money. I think he can come back. He can work a limited number of matches and make bank. I think WWE shill the hell out of his merch in the same way that AEW did. Obviously, fair play for doing that. And they'll make a killing there, increase pay-per-view buys, etc., etc. Will it last a long time? Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? He might batter someone backstage. It is mentioned here, one would expect if such a deal is made that Survivor Series weekend in Chicago would be the time to do the surprise return. That's when a lot of people are expecting it to happen.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Things might be about to heat up a little bit. Speaking of heating up, a certain hairy big fella is potentially set to receive a big WWE singles push. And I love this. I was buzzing to read this story, right? Because I talked about it, I think it was with you earlier in the week.
Oh, maybe on the podcast as well, I think.
Yeah, because anyway, Ivar from the Viking Raiders is mentioned. The decision was made because Ray Rowe is out of surgery to use Ivar in singles action. He's said to be out for 6 months, so there's a little bit of an update on that as well. 6 months is gutting as well. But the decision's been made to push Ivar as a singles player. Obviously, we saw him in action against Xavier Woods on Monday Night Raw this week. Decent showing. He didn't win the match, but afterwards he still looked strong because he piled Kofi and Woods on top of one another and then hit a tremendous top rope maneuver on the two of them. Yeah, the athleticism that he displays is bonkers. So this is really encouraging. I'm just so happy for him because before one of them's gotten injured and then they've basically not been on TV,
right?
Yeah, so this could be good. And out of the two of them, visually, this is horrible. Sorry, Eric, you're battered at the moment. You're out for 6 months. Visually, Ivar is more interesting. And I find him very exciting to watch because of the things that he can do, given his size.
Because he's got a great big bushy beard. I agree.
If you look at them on paper, right, and you saw a picture of one next to the other, you'd go, that's the single star there.
Yeah.
And you look at Ivar, no disrespect at all, right? I hope he does well. I hope he does well
too. And I like the idea of, you know, if someone's out, and you're in a tag team, don't leave that person that, you know, is still well and able to
Yeah,
go
for
like
sure.
on the side. Like, do push them, because you never know what kind of magic you will get out of that as well. You don't know if it could genuinely elevate someone into like a real big singles push in
sure.
some way.
Could be the start of something really special.
It could be, and then also as well, if say that person is feuding with sort of single members from another team, then when the injured superstar does finally come back to team up,
Get
look
back
at that.
into it.
Paired, done.
Spot on. Best of luck to him, seriously. We move over to the other side of things, AEW. Toni Storm possibly launching a new AEW faction. Observer once again.
What? Mariah May posted on social media it would be her last match for Stardom. Now, there was a lot of talk she would be going to Seattle, but she actually flew back home to the UK. She's expected in AEW, possibly being part of a new group with Toni Storm. They hugged and cried, and May told the crowd this was her last match in Japan. This was the one for Stardom that she had, so evidently she's not coming back. I think this is going to be tremendous if she does.
She's very good, isn't she?
She's very good, and she's got like the perfect look, I feel like, to turn her into this kind of like old-timey
You're right. The thing
movie
that Toni's
star.
doing.
Yeah.
I'm cautious a little bit
Yeah.
here, right? Because Toni's on fire right now. She's doing brilliant stuff. She's so much fun to watch. It's just getting started. And she's now out of a faction, which
Yeah.
wasn't all that, to say the least. I couldn't stand it, in fact. It didn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
I don't want really any attention being taken away from Toni Storm, but if there's one person that can make it work, Mariah May, she's really good. And you're totally right, she could fit in nicely there.
Yeah.
I'd like to see her, if they're going to do this, maybe come in as Tony's manager initially and then build up to having her wrestle. I know this seems like a waste because she is very good in the ring and everything, but I just want all eyes on Toni Storm right now.
I agree, but then again, you know, if Mariah comes in and absolutely just kills it with what she's doing and the character work as well, both of them together could be really, really good. Just like tremendous. Like it could just elevate things to that next level. Like Tony's already up there, and it seems to be going like higher and higher and higher as each week passes. But if you get Mariah in there as well, and it just continues to thrive, then why not?
There you go. We'll see. We'll keep you updated. A few more injury updates. Here's one that we touched on earlier, but we know a little bit more now. Just a quick note on Sammy Guevara and his reported concussion. Guevara, by the end of the week, said he was doing a lot better, but that Monday sucked. So it's good to hear that he's on the mend already.
Yes.
So hopefully we won't have to wait too long until we see him back on our screens. Up next, another potential return. Bandido is going to be fully cleared in a few weeks. Another injury update there.
Oh,
you
that's
missed
good
him?
then. I have missed him actually. Yeah, I always
good,
like
mate.
watching his matches. His whole visual presentation and everything about him is great. So yeah, I'm happy that Sammy's doing a lot better and that Bandido's going to be back soon. It's nice when people can get back to doing what they love to do the most.
Bloody well is. And finally, speaking of getting back to what they love doing the most, Mercedes Moné is now out of her walking boots. She's kept her timetable quiet about returning to wrestling. The expectation, given that they showed her All In the crowd more than once, is that she would be working here, there in AEW, and in New Japan and or Stardom. So don't necessarily expect her to sign with AEW and be exclusive, but we'll see. You know what? The timing was rubbish there because people were so excited about it. She hadn't, for too long, been away from WWE. She was really, it felt like she was just getting things started. So it'd be nice to see her back. And hopefully she needs to come back with a bit of a bang. Obviously, people aren't talking about her at the moment because she's out injured. There's nothing really to talk about apart from her getting a boot off, not a foot off.
Foot off.
So I think when she comes back, it should be something really impactful. But it'd be great to see her back, and I'm gagging to see her in AEW.
I'm really excited to see her in AEW. It felt like almost the New Japan stuff, although it was rolling and she was doing tremendous stuff in it, it felt like she wasn't there for that long before obviously she got injured. So maybe her not exclusively signing with AEW and just letting her go all around again. And just like going to all these different places.
At the same time, it depends who you are in AEW, but certain wrestlers in AEW get the chance to go and do that anyway. And obviously you've got Forbidden Door and all the other stuff that they do, and they constantly getting imports in. So it'll be good to see Sasha when she does return. She's on the road to recovery, but we don't have a full timeline yet. That is fully it now for the news, unless something absolutely bonkers happens. Hopefully not. Enjoy your weekend of wrestling. Obviously, we got the premium live event tomorrow. See you there. there, youtube.com/cultaholic/live. You want to join us for reactions. What happened at WTF? Everything happening, loads of wrestling this week.
Oh, but
I'm
snot
plum
came out my
tuckered.
nose
That's
then.
lovely. That's a really nice outro. That's really good.
I didn't mean
good.
to.
No.
Yeah, it's good that.
Yeah.
It's gone now.
Right. Well, from me, Clean Nose Pachiti, well, for the next couple of hours anyway, and from Dirty Nose Hodkinson, we'll see you in a bit. Take care.